I'm Steve Lala. I lead the service and software and solutions business here at Vertiv. So there's a lot of evolution and revolution going on in the workforce. It's really driven by three major things. First, our customers are going through changes themselves, moving from a more centralized data center approach to a more distributed edge environment, and as a result, the work our service and support personnel are doing is becoming more complex. So that's one big thing that we've got to watch out for. The second is we have a workforce that's nearing retirement. And as they get closer to retirement, we have this thing called knowledge thinning, which is when folks retire, but we don't replace them with skilled and trained personnel. And so we've got to contend with that revolution and evolution that's happening in our business. And then third, technology is going to become a more important role for our service and support personnel, and that'll help us work through the revolution that's underway. I think there's three areas that we have to think about. One is, how do we retain the outstanding talent we have through ensuring they're getting the right training, education, and skills upgrade, as well as having a place where people are inspired to work. The second is around talent acquisition. How do we make Vertiv the place to go for service and support personnel? And then the third, very important, is how do we improve and increase the productivity of our personnel through providing the right tools, the right training, and the right enablement. So there's a number of things happening in the marketplace that really affect the revolution that's underway. And it really starts with smarter products and products that we're trying to have increasingly more consistent on a global basis. As those products become smarter and more consistent, the kind of work that we ask our service and support personnel to do will be elevated in nature, leaving the basic break fix to potentially be solved by technology. The second enabler that's happening kind of in the next couple years is 4G and 5G connectivity. The more connected products are, the more ability we have to interact with those products, understand what's happening with those products, and service them more efficiently. And then number three, and very important, is that we're shifting our management systems from being monitoring based to more predictive, more automated, and ones that can benefit from artificial intelligence so that we can predict when service is required versus just rolling trucks on a periodic basis. We're moving from an environment where the workloads are being contained and managed out of centralized data centers to data centers that are going to be distributed. Now, what that means for our service and support personnel is that there's going to be more places where we have to provide service, more integrated solutions that we have to provide support for. Now, this is a super exciting time for Vertiv and certainly our service and support personnel within Vertiv. Our folks are going to be able to learn new technology, get new tools, and really benefit from the advances that we're going to bring over the next several years to allow us to deliver services in a more efficient way, a higher capability way, and really help them grow their career within the company.